Hello ladies and gents, and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. In this episode of Cycling Insider, let's talk about the 2020 model from Giant, and this time it's gonna be the 2020 Giant Defy Advanced Pro 2. I'm checking this bike on the UK website, and the current retail price is £3,500 British pounds. Last time when I checked on the US website, they still haven't updated Giant bikes for the US market, but I'm expecting this bike to be something around $4,000, maybe 4,000 to 4,200 US. As I always say, even this retail price of £3,500 British pound is kind of desired price, and I always suggest you to talk with your local Giant bike dealer, and you should be able to negotiate something between 10 and 15% discount on this bike, and this should be pretty realistic. So first thing first about this 2020 Giant Defy Advanced Pro 2 is the color scheme. This is some kind of gloss black, or I think they would even call it like gunmetal black. In my opinion, a pretty boring color, and I wish that the Giant included at least another paint scheme. I'm not a big fan of these stealth bikes, especially when you are paying £3,500. I think it should be a bit of almost like a show off, and people should be aware that this is a good quality bike. But it is what it is. You only got one gloss black color of this bike. But let's dive into the components and let's see what do you get for £3,500. So first thing first, we are speaking about the carbon fiber frame and fork, and this frame is the Giant's advanced grade composite. The same thing is with the fork, so advanced grade composite, a fork with a full composite steerer. So this is the higher level of Giant's composite carbon fiber frames, and definitely Giant produces top-notch carbon fiber frames. That's why they are also giving a lifetime warranty on the frames and forks, so you definitely shouldn't have any problems with these frames and forks. Maybe I forgot to mention, for all those who are kind of new to cycling, Giant Defy range is one of the best endurance bikes there on the market. It's been a long time in the development and on the market, and Giant has proven itself with this Defy platform over and over again as definitely one of the best endurance bikes on the market. So if you want more racy bikes from Giant, you should definitely move to the TCR range. So Defy is all about long days in the saddle and the comfort. So moving on, handlebars on this bike are Giant's Contact SLR D-Fuse. I'm not sure if these are carbon fiber handlebars, could be, and the stem is Giant's Contact SL, and the seat post is a carbon fiber seat post, Giant's D-Fuse. It's one of kind of the trademarks lately for Giant to have this D-Fused carbon fiber seat post. Saddle, again, Giant's in-house production, Contact SL. I heard some good things about the Giant saddles, but as always, if you don't like it, it's a very cheap part to replace. Moving on to the shifters and the front and rear mech. Here we have the Shimano Tegra mechanical group set. So Shimano's Ultegra 11-speed mechanical group set, and it's paired with Shimano Ultegra hydraulic disc brakes. So this specification on the Giant websites is not so detailed, and it doesn't mention if the discs on these hydraulic disc brakes are 160 millimeters. I truly hope they are, and from the pictures it also seems that it's an ice-tech technology from Shimano, which again I hope it is, but this is something to check with your local bike dealer just to make sure. Cassette on the bike is Shimano's Ultegra 1134. This is what I like, no cutting corners here. They have included Ultegra cassette with a massive 34 chainring, so you'll absolutely be able to climb any steep mountains that you can imagine, because it's paired with Shimano's Ultegra crankset, which is 3450, so it's absolutely ready for any steep mountain you can imagine. chain is the KMC 11-speed chain. Again, no complaints about the KMC chain, they do their job perfectly fine, and again, once when you destroy this chain, you might even upgrade to something like the levels of Dura-Ace chain, it's up to you. A bottom bracket is a classical Shimano press fit bottom bracket. Giant does a good job with press fit bottom brackets, and generally their frames don't have any problems with creaking noises. Moving on to the wheel set, here we have a Giant SLR1 composite carbon fiber wheel set, so on Giant in-house production. 12mm thru-axles, of course, front and back, which is now a standard, and this is a disc-specific wheel set. Hubs on this disc wheel set, again it just says Giant SLR. I'm not sure if Giant is collaborating with somebody like DT Swiss to make the internals of the hubs, or they really make the internals, because I can't comment on the durability of these hubs on this wheel set. Tires are Giant's again own product, Giant Gavia tubeless tires, and this is a 32C tire, and interestingly enough this frame can take up to 35C tires. So even with these tires, 32C tires, you will absolutely feel like you are riding on a cloud. That's how this bike should be, superbly nice to ride and soft and soak up all the road bumps you can imagine. And as an extra, Giant includes their own RideSense Bluetooth sensor, which you can pair with all the onboard computers and get some extra data on the computer. So all in all, in my opinion, an interesting offering from Giant for 2020, Giant Defy Advanced Pro 2, with the retail desired price of £3,500 or about $4,200, and carbon fiber frame and fork, Giant's top level carbon fiber frame and fork. Also interesting thing is the carbon fiber wheel set from Giant, full Shimano Tegra mechanical group set, shifters, front mech, rear mech, chain rings, cassette. The chain is okay in this instance from KMC, and also including Shimano Tegra hydraulic disc brakes, and I hope they didn't cut corners and they've included 160mm rotors. So all in all, as I said, very interesting bike, very interesting offering in this price range. I would expect from you to negotiate a bit the price, about 15% down, and then you absolutely got yourself an amazing endurance bike for long days in the saddle. So if you are on the market for an endurance bike, definitely check the new 2020 Giant Defy Advanced range. And as always, if you like what I'm doing, please do subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you are always informed when I make a new video. And as always, I will see you soon in the next episode. Pura Vida!